Hey, coaches. Welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip. This week it's going to be Football Watch with Coach Chip. A lot of y'all probably heard about the big game in Week 0 in Alabama with Ohatchee High School and New Hope, the game that nearly broke the scoreboard in Ohatchee, Alabama. Trigger warning for all you defensive coordinators. Don't forget Football Talk with Coach Chip, the podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Apple, and I guess any other podcatcher out there. But those are the two that I listen to podcasts on, so I don't know if they're on the others or not. If you have an idea for a video or a podcast guest, contact me at siegel.chip@gmail.com. Don't forget summer freebie. Y'all are into practice. All you high school guys, sub-varsity started this week. I know with middle school and junior high ball. Some will start next week. And the youth leagues are getting wound up as well, and they're rolling along, and they're about to kick off their season. This practice schedule will be perfect for you. It is a Microsoft Excel file that I'll send it to you, and then all you got to do is plug your stuff into it. It's set up on 5-minute increments, and that's all you got to do. Have a plan now. Don't waste people's time. Also, start of the season freebie. Sample call sheet. I put together several different call sheets that I've used over the years and combined them into one, created a new file, also a Microsoft Excel program, and I've got it plugged in with different plays. It was like multiple seasons. Like I did not run inside zone and trap during the same season, I can assure you. But you do the same thing with it. You do with the sample practice schedule. You plug your stuff in. One side is your call sheet with all of your different plays. The way I do it is like a hit chart, outside right, outside left, off tackle right, off tackle left, all that. Got my passing game and all that. And then on the other side, we have scripts, different scenarios. Also have a down and distance scenarios, like if it's 3rd and 3 in the heat of the moment, all you got to do is find your 3rd and 3, your 3rd and short segment on the call sheet, and it gives you the 2 or 3 plays that you decided on Sunday that you wanted to run. Also, it comes with a 2-point conversion chart and also how to take a knee chart, which helped me out a bunch of times down the road. All right, the Jet manual and the offensive line manual for gap scheme blocking are selling like crazy. As I record this on Wednesday, the 28th of August, 2024, I've already sold some today, and people are still buying them. If you're running Jet, you say, well, I don't want to put Jet in. But if you're running Jet already and you don't like what you're getting out of it, this may be for you. Go to here on the YouTube channel, find where I previewed the Jet manual, check that out, and see if it's something you want to order. If you're still not sure, you kind of want to, just hit me up and I'll send it to you. I'll give you how you pay me for it. And if you don't like it or it's not what you need, then you just delete it. No harm, no foul. I'll send you some freebies along with it as attachments, and you'll get to keep those. The offensive line manual, same thing. You're having trouble with your gap down backer blocking scheme. You're not sure what the deal is. Order that manual. Again, if it's not suited for you, delete it and keep the freebies that I send along with you. All right, let's talk about Ohatchee and New Hope, Alabama. 2 teams been playing football for 100 years. It's crazy that they both started football the same year and have never played each other, even though they're less than 2 hours apart. For those of y'all not familiar with the great state of Alabama, New Hope is up near Huntsville. Probably a lot of the parents of those kids work in Huntsville, probably in the defense industry or something like that, because it's not too far from Huntsville, and it's just above Lake Guntersville, which, by the way, Guntersville considers itself the prettiest city in America. But it must be true. It says it when you drive into town. And then Ohatchee is a little bit further south, less than 2 hours south, just below Gadsden, kind of northeast of Birmingham, probably an hour or not even from the Georgia state line. So these 2 schools, by the way, both named the Indians, not ironic, but coincidentally. Even though they hadn't played for 100 years, buddy, they made up for it last Friday night during 0 week of the 2024 season. They combined for 147 points, over 1,300 yards, 21 TDs in a regulation game. And I've got highlights. Y'all watch this. Video courtesy of the NFHS network. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm doing this, this is commercial for high school football. Guys, if it's $8 to get in, $10 to get in, I don't care. Ask the people that were at this game last Friday night if it was worth it. Now, I can't guarantee it's always going to be that good a game, but where do you think your Saturday and Sunday players come from? People kill me. They will watch TV on Saturday and Sunday and watch these kids play and never think about, what do you think? They just come up out of the ground? Go support these kids. I don't care if you got anybody in the program. I don't care if you're my age and you got no youngins or grand youngins in the school system. Support the kids in your community. Let them see you at the game. It doesn't cost that much. Just think about it. The value, getting to watch a football game for $10 or less. Get out of here. Hey, let's look at some video. All right, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the video. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up right now because you know you're going to like it. That's why you're here. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. You won't get any kind of spam. By the way, New Hope is in white. They're about to score their first touchdown. Ohatchee, the home team, is in red. All right, this is the first touchdown. They drove it down the field on their first possession with a couple of big pass plays, and they punched it in a heavy set to go up 7-0. I'm not going to give you every single play, but these are the highlights. All right, touchdown number 2, New Ohatchee answers. They're going to run power, look like power right. I'm not sure. Look at it again. And it bends it back, or is it counter, or is it? Yeah, it's power left, excuse me. And they punch it in, and they miss the extra point, so the score now is 7-6. And notice the first quarter is almost over. I mean, I looked this game up on the NFHS network thinking it was just going to be kapow, kapow, kapow. And the first quarter, I'm going like, man, these guys better get busy. And they did get busy. Look at that kid right there trying to get off the field. He didn't make it, but they declined that penalty. All right, touchdown number 3 is New Hope. A little rollout. They ran a ton of rollout and run a ton of screens in that game. Now, the other team did a lot of drop back. Ohatchee, they got a tall, good-looking quarterback. You'll see him throw some dimes in a little bit. This looks kind of like a flood concept. They got an out, and I think this was a corner route that the kid Bennett, because this guy was right here, the safety's got him, right? See, he's got the corner, so he bends it and flattens it out, and then he turns it up and scores a touchdown. So with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. I know it says first, but they were slow changing it. Ohatchee scores to make it 14-12, and then they're going to go for 2, and they do not make it. All right, TD number 5 with 7 minutes to go in the first half is New Hope punching it in from in close. Looked like a wedge. Was that their heavy set again? I'm telling you, yeah, it was their heavy set. Look, they got 3 guys right there on the right side. Guys, that's hard to stop now. They're wedge blocking inside, and they got these 3 big bodies right here. Got one guy kicking, the other 2 pushing the pile, which, by the way, is legal. You can't push the ball carrier, but you can push the pile. TD number 6 comes from Ohatchee. Little play action pass. The corner got caught looking. Defensive coordinators, I gave you a warning at the beginning. Trigger warning, this could happen. I hope you're okay. Chill out. Little play action pass. Corners peeking in the backfield. DBs, don't look in that backfield unless you're a safety that's got run responsibility. You see that big, tall, good-looking quarterback for Ohatchee. So that's touchdown number 6. I'm counting total touchdowns, not for each team. And I'm kind of doing it sarcastically, even though I am doing it promote. This is a great pitch and catch right here. This is one of the few times they did a straight drop back. 1, 2, 3, boom, throws that thing. It's like a verts situation. Throws it right in between the 2 DBs. God dang. Look at this. They clear right here. This guy's right here. He's going to throw it before the kid is open. See there? He throws it where the kid's going to be. That's just a great job by that young quarterback from New Hope, just south of Huntsville. By the way, this is National Federation. They're AI cameras that they have set up at several schools, similar to the huddle cameras you coaches know about, and they're supposed to follow the ball. You'll notice sometimes they don't. For all y'all people worried about AI replacing us, they can't film a high school football game and follow the football all the time, so I'm not worried about them, any kind of them taking over the world anytime soon. You can't film a high school football game. You ain't taking over the world. That's just my 2 cents. All right, TD number 8 from Ohatchee. Now, we are in the second quarter, time running down on the first half, and they score right at the end of the half. So you can't see him score it, but you can tell he scored because the referee raised his hands. This is a just unbelievable ball game. When I read about it on Saturday morning, I was like, wow. And then Ron Ingram, who used to write high school sports in Montgomery, Troy, and in Birmingham, now works for the Alabama High School Athletic Association. He had it in the newsletter this week. And when I saw all the stats, I was like, holy crap. And it was just a great write-up by Ron. And then the local guy up there had a great write-up as well. There is no truth to the rumor that the scorekeeper, the guy running the clock and putting the score on the scoreboard, now has carpal tunnel. There's no validity to that rumor, but there is some validity that the bands on both sides played the fight songs so much they had to be treated for heat exhaustion after the game. Now, there is some validity to that rumor. All right, this is not a TD, but it's a big play. That kid right there, that kid and the running back from Ohatchee, and I don't have a roster on these teams. I don't know who they are, but the running back and that slot receiver were sporty. That kid right there, he is quicker than a hiccup. Speaking of that running back, that wide zone was good to him, Hoss. He made a house call. That's an old school doctor right there. Because doctors don't make house calls anymore. That kid right there, Dr. Happy Feet, number 7 and number 3, put on a show for them. And they ran the mess out of that wide zone all night. Both teams did a good job offensively. Again, defense coordinators, if you're still watching this, that's on you. But this is touchdown number 9. Halfway there almost. Here's a 2-point conversion. And you say, wait a minute, they're doing it from the 8? Yeah, there was a penalty on the first one. I think somebody moved. I can't remember. And they throw the fade to the back of the end zone. Again, great throw and catch. You see how tall that quarterback is. A good-looking joker right there. He could probably play for some bigger schools. I believe Ohatchee's a 3A. I think New Hope is as well. All right, TD number 10 off the outside zone again. Look where they are. It's 90 yards. Boop. Kid ran about 110, 120 because, look, he starts on the left hash and he ends up going down the right numbers. Yeah, I can't imagine running like that anymore. Not that I ever could run like that. I could have run that far. It just took me twice as long to get there. So that just, again, that's TD number 10. They scored 21 of them. Here's the 2-point conversion. That they did that several times. They did it to the right and to the left. A little speed out. I can't remember that receiver's number, but he caught a ton of balls for Ohatchee. That quarterback changed his arm slot. See, there's people up in his face. Watch this. Boom, boom. Kind of throws his sidearm a little bit. I would say that's the Mahomes effect, but guys, Kenny Stabler was doing that mess in the 70s now. Y'all go sell crazy somewhere else. Those chips full up. Here's a big play off a wide receiver screen for New Hope. They ran those screens to death, and that was a pretty thing to behold. And they had a face mask right in here, which they tack it on at the end of the run. That old quarterback from New Hope, he may not be that big, but he can put those screens on the money. All right, touchdown number 11. This is shortly. This is, matter of fact, I think the first play after the face mask off the screen. A little jet action, and then run the counter back to the left. And number 4, toe to the mail for New Hope all night long. Good looking running back. Guys, there's people like this in your community too. There's kids like this. There's football teams like this. If you're not already have a school, go to the nearest one to you this Friday night. This is blatantly a commercial for high school football. I admit it. Look at the score right now. It looks like Ohatchee going to pull away. New Hope will not go away. This is a great football game. All right, TD number 12. Oh, man, here's that little slot receiver again. Number 3. The quarterback throw it right down the middle of the field, let him go get it. God dang. That's good stuff right there, cuz. Here we go. Boom, good pass pro. He got a little bit there, a little pressure at the end. Man, he gets popped one time. That kid, he's tough. All right, TD number 13. New Hope again, wide receiver screen. They love those things. Boom. Get back in there, find the wave. There you go. Find your blocks, big dog. Break a tackle. Good job. And getting those linemen out there, that's great. They ain't got to get out there and block. They just got to get their butts in the way. It's a good job by the number 3 receiver, the third one from the outside. Look at him. He ain't killing anybody. He's just staying with the dude. Look at him. Watch this number 3 right here. Watch him. Look at him. Yeah, these kids just want it, man. They just want it. Both sides I'm talking about. All right, here's a slot running a wheel route. They did that a lot with their safeties, would spin them down late to the line of scrimmage, and this is later in the game. It's in the third quarter, a little over midway through, and New Hope figured out what they were doing with it, and they probably said, hey, we can run that wheel. And the kid ran it a little bit too wide. If you give the quarterback a little bit, well, the quarterback just threw it wide. The kid was down there just below the bottom of the numbers. Why? This is how you run a deep route. Right here. So you give the quarterback all that room to throw it in, so he won't throw it out of bounds. So he gave him plenty of room. Quarterback just threw it a little too. But imagine if he'd have been too wide, the quarterback would have thrown it out of bounds, right? So that's why. And you say, Coach, I watch it on Saturday and Sunday, and they're running right down those tick marks on the sideline. And you're watching it on Saturday and Sunday. Guys that are getting paid to do it. And that's all they do. Boom. Good job. Here's a big gain on the outside zone. Both teams ran it. There's number 4 again, toting the mail. Dude, that's Carl Malone right there. That's the mailman. He always delivers. Look at that O-line running their feet. Just keep busy, dude. Get on somebody. Stay in his business. This is not a replay of the previous touchdown by this kid right here. Same kid, same play, same block. Look at that kid getting after him again. It's not the same play. They just love throwing that screen. Just had to be the same place on the field. But TD number 14, another wide receiver screen to the number 2 receiver. Number 2 means number 2 from the sideline. 1, 2, 3, if you know what I mean, Rocket. Look here. 1, 2, 3 is about to come in. Again, there's that AI camera. That's nobody's fault. It's just AI. Run up, come back to the ball. Good job. A little high, but great job by the receiver. Look at here comes the cavalry, boys, the offensive line. They're going to show up. I call that the wave. You got to find the wave, ride the wave. Here they come. Just getting in the way. That's good blocking. All right, first non-offensive highlight, and it's on special teams. They did mess with each other all night long, both teams. Onside kick, pooch kick, squib kick, find out where the guy is and kick it away from him kick. It was crazy. By the way, New Hope did recover this. It was not a muff. It was a fumble. I do believe the kid picked it up, didn't get it secured. New Hope got it. Puts New Hope in good position. They're down by 8, and we are approaching the end of the third quarter. And they scored touchdown number 15. Guys, there's 6 more touchdowns. This is the closest thing to a trick play they have run all night. Both teams, they were running straight football plays. They ran a reverse. And compared to the stuff you see nowadays, a reverse really isn't a trick play, is it? Well, heck, Bobby Bowden hung his hat on reverses. Florida State, it never was a trick play back in the 70s and 80s. There it is. That is crazy. And they just kept coming. So touchdown number 15 came on a reverse. One more time. A quarterback getting out of the block. Oh, didn't have to block anybody, but he wanted to. Tough kid. All right, touchdown number 16. AI camera missed it. The quarterback out through the camera. That's where he got hammered. Watch the quarterback. He doesn't. He comes back in. And you can't see it. Now, here's what I think happened, guys. I haven't seen another video of it. This is what I think happened. Watch this kid right here. He looks like he's about to celebrate. I think New Hope must have tipped it, went up for it to pick it or knock it down, tipped it, and then the kid from Ohatchee got it and then ran it on in for a 90-something yard touchdown. Because the ball traveled, counting the run at the end of the catch, over 100 yards because he's right at the goal line when he throws it. But watch this kid right here. I believe that's the one. Yeah, it's him. Watch. Yeah. Oh, man. That's what I think happened. And you kind of watch the sideline a little bit too, the coaches. Watch the coaches on the sideline. Yeah. I think it got tipped. But that's the last play of the third quarter. They're about to do a 2-point conversion. It's untimed down. There's that quarterback again. He just got hammered, and there he is throwing the speed out on the 2-point conversion. Well, he's coming off the field a little gingerly. He was hurting some. Tough kid. He's a gamer. Love that kid. Don't know him, love him. All right, now, why not start the fourth quarter with an onside kick? You're up by 10. I mean, this is not running up the score. That's not why I'm saying why not, or being sarcastic. I'm saying, hey, everything else has happened except for a punt. They did punt 2 or 3 times, but I didn't put it on the highlight reel. Start the fourth quarter with an onside kick up by 10. Why not? Go ahead and see if you can put a dagger in them. The kid that's going to get it is off the screen. I believe it's that little receiver that just scored the touchdown. Good job on the onside. Boom. There he is. Now watch what happens. He stops. Why? The referees blew the whistle. You can't advance it. The kickoff team can't advance that. It's considered like a muff. But once it hit the ground now, it's open game for anybody. And he can recover it, but he just can't run with it. So, but hey, onside kick to start the fourth quarter. Like I say at the end of this clip, I'm here for it, baby. This is good stuff, man. Why did I coach high school football for 40 years? This is why. Now, I never was involved in a game quite like this. We had a shootout in the semifinals back in 17, but not like this. That's good stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, I love it. All right, another big run off the zone. They ran the dog out of the zone. For some reason, I think that was like a little wide, not an inside zone, but not an outside zone. I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't know these coaches. We have mutual friends. It is Alabama. I mean, either you know all the coaches or you know somebody that knows all the coaches, if you're a coach. All right, touchdown number 17. Let's run the wide zone again to the right. How about running outside zone? There we go. And let number 7 just check the heck out. Oop. See there? I would say the guys on defense are tired, but they're the same guys. This is 3A ball. A lot of those kids are playing both ways. They're the same kids on both sides of the ball. I just think both teams had good offenses, and it was a good night for both teams' offenses because it's the same kids. Another big play on a wide receiver screen. Man, New Hope ran them. I'd love to venture up toward Huntsville one afternoon and watch them practice. That's right, I'm that big a nerd. I'd love watching them. By the way, go do that too. Most of them practice near the road. But that sets up another TD, that big run, right? And they get it down close, and they run a split zone for those non-coaches on here. Split zones when this guy goes opposite direction right here. And they run in zone left, and the H here is going right. And that's touchdown number 18. We're almost home now. We're almost home. Here's a 2-point conversion. So they're fighting back. I mean, this thing was back and forth, and then it looked like Ohatchee was pulling away, and then New Hope said, "Not yet, dadgummit, not yet." And there's that number 4. He toted it for him all night. All right, touchdown number 19. Ohatchee said, "We ain't done neither. Let's run the outside zone again." He'd scored. Why can't I tell? The referee said so. See right there? Even though the AI camera lost it. They got under center on 2 consecutive plays and ran outside zone left, outside zone right, and scored in 2 plays. Well, they didn't get under center that time. They got kind of in pistol. Yep. New Hope said, "Not yet." Boop. Now, guys, they're down by 2 touchdowns, 14 points, with under 3 minutes to go. All my coaching buddies out there, how many of your teams are still got that eye of the tiger, so to speak? I mean, this is a testimony to the coaches at New Hope and to the kids at New Hope that they're down by 14. I mean, this ain't high school. I mean, this ain't college. This is high school. This ain't NFL. This is high school. And these kids are still scrapping and clawing. Why not run another wide receiver screen? Boop. Touchdown number 20. And while we're doing it, let's use the whole dadgum field. So the kids from Ohatchee, I mean, the defenses are fighting. I thought he got tackled, again, because the camera did, but that was a blocker. At number 4, that running back, right here on the swing. Watch this. He said, "Oop, let me go help my buddy. Come on, follow me, Hoss." 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Number 4, he's a dude now. Now, how many times you see this in a game? Almost back-to-back, perfect onside kicks. And, of course, watch who recovers the onside kick. Great catch. Watch when he gets up. Look who. It's number 4. And after the game, he was seen selling merch for the New Hope Indians. He's a do-it-all kind of guy. All right, big play on first down. They're needing 7 to tie. Good job using the sideline, and you'll see the other team do that a little bit too. It's still rolling out. They love that rollout game with their quarterback. Still, you're going to use the sideline again. This time, go to the quarterback. Step up. Good job, Bubba. Man, that kid took a risk. A little over a minute to go. And I know they're saying, "Get out of bounds, get out of bounds." But he took a chance. Boom, and still got out of bounds. It's coming down to the wire, folks. All right, watch this dude climb the ladder. I want to say, at first I thought they faked the screen, but the kid just stood there. And I never really saw the quarterback pump it. The kid just stood there, then took off. Because they ran so many screens, I thought maybe they were doing a Fox screen. That's what we call the fake screen. And they're still covering him. He just went up, climbed the cockeyed ladder, man, made the play. These kids ain't quitting now. All right, outside zone for touchdown number 21. And notice they did an old coach chip trick. Look here. 1, 2, 3. I thought they had a 4th guy out there. Wait a minute. Where'd that come from? Oh, that was the tackle working out. Okay, good job by the tackle staying with his block. Okay. And, guess who scored a touchdown? Yeah, it was number 4. Now remember, the only trick play has been the reverse. by New Hope. Quarterback changes play. No, he's not. It's kind of a Philly special. Kinda. I love the quarterback. Watch the quarterback the whole time. There he is up here, number 9. He said, throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. I'm open. Dadgummit, I'm open. And finally the kid's okay. And it was, yeah. And number 4 didn't throw it. That's the first thing he didn't do. Guess what? They needed 7 to tie. They got 8. They're up. All right, now Ohatchee gets the ball with under a minute to go, about 50 seconds when they start the drive. They threw 2 incomplete passes on first and second down. One was kind of threw it out of bounds a little bit, and the first one was dropped. Now he checks down to his running back, who's been toting the mail for him all night long, and he gets a big first down for them. So now with 30, and they're out of timeouts, 34.6 seconds left. And he doesn't get out of bounds, but he gets the first down. So the clock stops to move the chains. But notice now it started back. The chains are set. You kids need to get set. I'd be having an aneurysm. And the quarterback goes for the downs on the first down after that first down there. And it's incomplete. But the coaches did notice, watch this. They're in a kind of a prevent kind of thing. You know, they don't want to get a deep ball, but they got to have somebody cover the flats. See, look right here. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. And this right there in front of the Ohatchee sideline. So you know they come back and run practically the same play. Told the quarterback, throw it to the kid that's short. Told that kid, get your butt out of bounds. And then we'll be within 40 yards of the end zone and have a chance to throw it in there on the last play. All right, this is 2nd and 10. The clock's running. Look right here. He just sits down. Now, here was the mistake. And it really wasn't a mistake because he didn't know. Y'all watch what happened. He backed out of bounds. This happened to us in 19. And I'll be John Brown. I looked it up, and it's the truth. In Federation rules, Mike D., the referee, tell me if I'm wrong. If you back out of bounds, clock doesn't stop. That's what happened to us. So this kid catches it, backs out of bounds, and they wind the clock on them. But they did get a first down. So watch, look. See, the clock started before it was snapped, didn't it? Yeah, it did start before it was snapped. Yep. And here we go. It's 30-something yards, a little less than 40 from the end zone. Got a tip. And number 3, the little slot catches it. It is a joyful time in Ohatchee, Alabama last Friday night. Look at the kids doing flips. Guys, this is high school football. My heart goes out to New Hope. You fought your guts out. But this is I like defense too, but this is what you're missing when you stay your butt at the house on a Friday night. Am I dogging you out? You John Brown right, I am. Watch the joy. Man. Going to celebrate with his classmates, his teammates. Look at the people in the stands. Small town football. Can't beat it. I honestly don't care if you think it went long or not. This was fun. I enjoyed watching the film. And I said, I'm going to share this with my subscribers. And it's just great. And you need to share it with your friends as a commercial for high school football. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is a list of our free coaching resources from Football Talk with Coach Chip. Have an opportunity to support Coach Chip. Buymeacoffee.com/Coach Chip. Do that right after you click on the thumbs up and you share the video with all the coaches in your life. Remember, all the freebies that I got, it's there for you. The channel's free. The podcast is free. Check it out on Spotify and Apple. Check out the YouTube channel. You already are. That's why you're watching this. And until next time, be elite.